guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a makeover on Kelsey, and she picked out a very bright and colorful look for me to attempt. So that is what we're doing today. So I'm starting off by filling in her brows, and for that I'm using the MAC Dirty Blonde Fluid Line. And so I just follow the natural underneath of her brow and underline it, and then I will go on the top part and fill in some up there, and then I use upward motions at the front of the brow to help make it as natural as possible. And then I will use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I have this on a MAC 242 brush, which is just a small flat brush. And I use that to carve out the brow, so if I've made any mistakes, and it just makes the brow look a bit cleaner. And I also use this as my eyeshadow primer. Next up, I'm going in with the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm just taking a light peachy shade, and I'm just running that through the crease just to get that base kind of laid down. I won't be going over this with a brighter shade, but this just kind of helps me map it out, and it's going to help me blend easier later on. Next up, I'm going in with an orange shade, and I'm using the one from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and just popping that in the crease, and then I'll go back in with our original brush that has that peachy shade on it, and I will use that to help me blend out that orange, just to keep that seamless blend. And then again, just making sure to blend. Next up, I'm going in with a bright pink and purple shade, and I'm just working that into the crease as well. I'm popping that purple down a little bit lower, and I'm using the pink to help blend it out and just create that seamless blend between the purple and the orange. And I'm bringing that purple just a tiny bit onto the outer corner. And next up, I am taking a blue. This is again from that Morphe 35B palette. And I'm just placing that right next to the purple, and I'm mixing a few different blues in here just because I wanted it a little bit darker, but I needed a little bit of a pop, so I used the bright blue as well. And then I will just go back in with the purple and pink brush and just keep on blending. Then next up, I go in with the bright green color. This is from the Zulu palette, and I place that right next to the blue, and then I will use that blue brush and blend the two together. So you can see that I've almost completely covered up the blue there, and then I will go back in with the same brush and just kind of wiggle back and forth between them, and that'll place the blue back down and just help them blend. And then I go back in with a bright yellow. First I lay down the yellow from the Zulu palette, and then I take a shimmery yellow shade from the 35B palette, and then I'll use my MAC brush black and pop some liner on. And for primer, I am using the Cover FX Blurring Primer mixed with the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. And I just apply that all over with a brush and let it soak in, and then I will apply her lashes. she did have some lash extensions on already, but we just wanted those lashes to pop a bit more. So I am taking the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation, and this one was a bit dark for her, so I just mixed in some of the concealer shade that is a bit lighter, and it created the perfect match for her. The Huda Beauty worked literally perfectly on her skin. So you can see there that we have a very seamless blend once we mix that too. And I just kind of eyeballed it and just added however much I thought was needed, and then I could add more if I needed to. And this foundation a little bit goes a long way, so you can see I was able to spread out that first section a very, very long way. And I'm using a Morphe Y7 brush for this. And then I applied the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer under the eyes and down the center of the face. And I'm using a Real Techniques blending sponge, and this is dampened, and I just use that to blend that all in. As I've said before, I just really like using a sponge underneath clients' eyes. It's just a lot more comfortable for them. And then I used the MAC Patrick Star setting powder under her eyes and the mineralized skin finish from MAC all over to help set that. And then I'm using the Marc Jacobs bronzer to bronze up around the temples, down the sides of the nose, on the cheekbones, and under the lip. And then next up, I used the Anastasia blush trio in the shade Peachy Love, and I just used the far left shade that's a bit more pink and added some blush. And this is just on a Luxie brush. Next up, I am taking that bright blue that we used, and I am packing that under the eye, and then I'm also mixing together a navy and a purple for her outer corner. Then I'll use that pink and purple brush we had and just kind of blend the edges of the lower lash line with the outer corner there, and I also use it to kind of soften that area and not make it look so harsh. Next up, I will take the Everglow highlight and highlight the Cupid's bow down the bridge of the nose, cheekbones, and the forehead area. And then I take my Jeffree Star liquid lip in the shade Mannequin. And that completes the final look. I hope you guys enjoy, and this inspires you to be a little colorful next time. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.